Nanak Dev Ji, in association with all four Gurdwaras, all communities, and some television, they are going to record program and live as well. So, ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਗੁਰਫਤਿਹ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਹੋਏ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। Before I invite Mr. Gurmeet Singh Randhawa, I would like to say few words about him. Mr. Randhawa is the chairman of Sikh Council of Wales and also a president of Sikh Gurdwara Cardiff and a member of First Minister Communities Faith Forum. Mr. Randhawa also sits on many other interfaith community organizations such as Sikh Association, South Wales Race Equality, First Cardiff Police Cohesion Committee, and Ethnic Minority. Welsh Women Association in 2018 New Year honors list Mr. Randhawa was awarded MBE for his service to community. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage our President and Chairman, Mr. Randhawa.
It was a very nice welcome. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, say Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. His Excellence, the High Commissioner of India, Mrs. Ruchi Ghanshyam, the Right Honourable Lord Mayor, Councillor Diane Rees, distinguished guests, leaders of interfaith groups, and ladies and gentlemen. Thank you and welcome to the 550th birth anniversary celebrations of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the founder of Sikh religion. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji was born in 1469 at a place near Lahore in Pakistan. A shrine has since been erected at his birthplace and is called Gurdwara Shri Nankana Sahib. People from all over the world come to Nankana Sahib to pay their respects to Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji. At the time of his birth, the glow on his face was described by Bhai Gurdas, a poet literate, at the time in a couplet as follows. Satguru Nanak Pragatiya, miti thund, jag chanan hoa, jion kar surj niklya tare shupe andher palowa. Quite simply, it means his coming has the magical effect of darkness of ignorance being replaced by light of knowledge, as you may call the feeling of joy and comfort the winter sun brings with the stars and moon disappearing. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji's childhood was that of an ordinary child, but had all the characteristics of an adult who had subdued in meditation and at times will go in meditation for hours and ends. At the time of his baptism, he refused to be baptized with the traditional Janeu and told the Pandit to baptize him only with the Janeu that would unite him with the One. At another time, when he was not eating anything and as a result became so weak that his parents had to call a doctor. The doctor could not find anything wrong with him. And it was at this point that he told the doctor that you do not have a medicine for my disease. He was, of course, referring to the torture of Bhagat Kabir, a devotee of Almighty, who at the time was being crushed by an elephant on orders of the then emperor. At the age of 30, Guru Nanak, with his mind, body, and soul, went into meditation and came out with two things revealed to him, which laid the foundation of Sikh religion. One, the conception of God, and two, equality among all people. On conception of God, the first verse spoken by Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji after emerging from his meditation, which became the Gur Mantra or Mool Mantra, the basic prayer of Sikhs, and this is Ek Onkar Satnam Karta Purkh Nirpau Nirvair Akal Murat Ajuni Sahib Gurprasad, which means there is only one God. God's name is truth. God created everything. God is without fear. God is not against anybody. God's shape never changes. God is neither born nor dies. God is everywhere. By God's grace, he is obtained. The second revelation Guru Nanak Dev Ji received from Almighty was the equality of all people. Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji said there were no Hindu, no Muslim. Guru Nanak mentioned these two religions prevalent at that time, but it applies to all religions. Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji made it clear that it was not good to divide people and fight on the basis of religion. We may be diverse, but we are equal in the eyes of God. There should be no discrimination based on religion. We're all part of the same God, and all people are equal in all respects. Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji practiced equality and explained very clearly that a truly religious person is the one who treats everybody as equal. Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji explained the concept of one God and equality through seva and simran. Seva is selfless service for the humanity and is carried out by truthful living and sharing. To Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, truth is for all times. It never gets stale. And if a religion has to have only one thing, then it must be truth. And to be truthful, Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, truth is higher than everything, but higher still is truthful living. This was just a drop in the ocean by way of an introduction to Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji. However, there are excellent speakers here today who no doubt will tell you much more about Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, his travels across the globe to preach what he practiced to be true, and the universality of his faith. All I will say to conclude is that Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji had no enemies during or after his demise, and likewise no enemies or adversaries to his teachings, which the followers of Sikh faith and the world religions today follow to live side by side in peace and harmony. When Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji passed away to take his abode in heaven in 1539, the Hindus wanted to cremate him, while the Muslims wanted to bury him. A popular couplet described Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji as Baba Nanak Shah Fakir, Hindu ka Guru, Musliman ka Peer. Quite simply, Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji was a divinity, and his teachings in Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji is a guru for the entire community, humanity forever. We are very happy today to have with us our chief guest, His Excellency, the High Commissioner of India, Mrs. Ruchi Ghanshyam. Many of you know her, and some of you, I'm sure, have met her too. She is a career diplomat who joined Indian Foreign Service in 1982. Prior to her taking this assignment as High Commissioner of India in UK, she was Secretary of State in the Ministry of External Affairs. in New Delhi. During her career span of over 36 years in the Indian Foreign Service, her assignments include serving in Ghana, Damascus, South Africa, and New York. She is married and had 2 sons. It is my pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to call on stage our chief guest for today, the High Commissioner of India, His Excellency Mr. Ruchi Ghanshyam. Please welcome Mr. Ruchi Ghanshyam.
Thank you so much. Good evening, and thank you so much for coming here. And I think you have shown us the way, Mr. Randhawa. So let me also begin by remembering Shivai Guru Ji Ka Khalsa, Shivai Guru Ki Fateh. In anticipation of his arrival, so let me also recognize the First Minister, Right Honorable Mark Drakeford, AM. He will be joining us soon. The Vice Lord Lieutenant, Sir Brooke Boothby, Right Honourable Lord Mayor of Cardiff, Diane Rees, Baroness Jenny Randison, Chancellor of Cardiff University, Sri Gurmeet Randhawa, President of the Sikh Council of Wales, Professor James Haggerty, Sri Raj Agrawal, Honorary Consul General of India in Wales, members of the Sikh Sangat, especially the young ones, whom I would like to welcome twice, not once. Thank you so much, all the dignitaries who are present here today. Thank you so much for being here. We are here today to recall the teachings of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, who, as was just mentioned, belongs to all humanity and whose teachings have universal value. They remain as relevant today as they were in his time. He was a revolutionary, a visionary beyond his times. Such a visionary that the vision that he espoused, even so many years later, today we are still trying to live by them and still trying to acquire them. Guru Nanak Dev Ji's teachings touch all facets of life and transcend social, religious, color, creed, ethnic and national boundaries. He traveled far and wide, spreading the holy message of peace and compassion to all of mankind. He made 5 major journeys or udasis, spanning more than 28,000 kilometers during the period from 1500 to 1524. To spread his message, he launched consistent campaigns against the institution of caste, which we are still trying to fight till today. He initiated Sangat and Pangat, the most esteemed institutions of Sikhism, to eradicate institutionalized inequality and to promote inclusivity in society. Guru Nanak Dev Ji emphasized equal opportunities, equal rights, equality between men and women, equitability and social justice for the marginal and disadvantaged, deprived and exploited ones, because he said, one God is in all. Guru Nanak Dev Ji's philosophy is practical and creative. He disproves penance and ritualism. He taught what he himself practiced. Guru Nanak himself followed the 3 pillars of Sikhism, reciting Almighty God's name, Naam Japna, doing honest labor and earning by it, Kirat Karna, and to share those earnings with others, the needy ones, Vand Chakna. Guru Nanak lived among the people. He interacted with them and understood their psychology. This is one reason why his teachings were so practical and his message was so direct and so effective. I am reminded of an occasion when Guru Nanak saw in Haridwar people offering water to the rising sun, believing it will reach their ancestors in heaven. He started throwing water towards the west. When people were perplexed by his act and asked him why he was doing so, he replied that he was watering his fields which were in Kartarpur, in the western direction. Guru Nanak's message was that when water cannot reach Kartarpur from Haridwar, how could it reach their ancestors in heaven? So this was his way of spreading his message, explaining his message to everybody. Guru Nanak championed women's cause and put them at par with men. This again is a message which is very relevant today in this world. And that is why I said how visionary he was, how ahead of his time he was. He also called upon men to realize the truth that women are equal to them because there is the same inner consciousness among all the beings. He stated, within a woman, the man is conceived, and from a woman, he is born. With a woman, he is betrothed. With a woman, man contracts betrothed and married. With a woman, man contracts friendship. And with a woman, the system of procreation keeps going on. And he further says, why call her bad who bears the kings? Guru Nanak extolled women's virtues, strength, and dignified them with egalitarian status. Guru Nanak's teachings and philosophy continue to remain relevant even after more than 500 years and will continue to guide humanity for years to come. He was an ardent proponent of active participation in one's own emancipation and others suffering from inequality, suppression, and denial of justice. The Government of India has taken a number of initiatives to mark the 550th birth anniversary of Guru Nanak Dev Ji in a befitting manner across the globe. As part of these initiatives, a Guru Nanak Dev chair will be set up at one of the universities in UK. In addition, the High Commission of India is also taking initiatives to spread the message of Guru Nanak Dev Ji and to create awareness among people about the universal teachings of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Other initiatives of the Government of India include building and development of the Kartarpur corridor from Dera Baba Nanak in Gurdaspur district to the international border in order to facilitate pilgrims from India to visit Gurdwara Darbar Sahib Kartarpur on the banks of river Ravi in Pakistan, where Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji spent 18 years. Development of the historic town of Sultanpur Lodi, associated with the life of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji as a heritage town, and on the smart city principles, including energy efficiency to highlight Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji's emphasis on sustainability and reverence for nature. Ministry of Railways will run special trains passing through various holy places associated with Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and commemorative stamps and coins will be released, among other initiatives. The High Commission of India worked with the Indian community in London to begin celebrations of this great occasion, underscoring the true universal appeal of Guru Nanak's message. Sri Ram Mandir in South Hall, London, took the lead and organized an event with participation of many gurdwaras and people of different faiths. The High Commission will continue to organize such events across the length and breadth of UK. We look forward to the support of the Sikh community in this regard, and we also look forward to the support of the wider community, because Guru Nanak Dev Ji's message does not belong to any single community or any single individual. It belongs to all of us, to all of humanity. I would also like to take this opportunity to mention that the High Commission is taking various initiatives to make delivery of its services better and faster. A 10-member strong public response unit is at your disposal to listen to you and to help you with any service of the High Commission. I can say that the High Commission is now truly a telephone call away. We look forward to connecting with our community even closer and to bring services to your doorsteps through the consular camps or surgeries that we have been doing throughout the UK and through events such as this one. Let us celebrate and imbibe Guru Nanak's teachings and spread them far and wide, as humanity needs them more today even than the times that he first spread his message. With this, let me thank all the dignitaries who are present here today. I want to especially thank the government and authorities here for all the arrangements that they have helped to make, for all the cooperation that we have received. And I cannot thank enough the Sikh Council of Wales, the Gurdwaras in Wales, and all the members of the community and all of you who are present here today. Thank you so much. Very happy to be here with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Ruchi Ghansam, High Commission of India. She has explained about Guru Nanak Sahib Ji very nicely. Thank you very much. So now I would like to request our Ragi Jatha, please come on the stage, and we are going to listen Gurbani, one Shabad, Pragat Pai Sagle Jug Antar, Guru Nanak Ki Vadiyai. You can watch on projector the meaning of Shabad. Please, this program, we are celebrating 550th birthday of Guru Nanak Sahib Ji. I again welcome all of you. So, Bhai Sarvjit Singh Ji, Bhai Jitendra Singh Ji, Bhai Jarnail Singh Ji, and Bhai Sukhvinder Singh Ji. This is the Bhai mean with respect in our religion. They are going to so carry on. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
गुरु नानक की वड्याई प्रगट पए सगले जुग अंतर प्रगट पए सगले जुग अंतर साचा साहिब अमित वडाई साचा साहिब अमित वडाई भगत वचल दयाला भगत वचल दयाला संता की पैज रखदा आया संता की पैज रखदा आया आद बिरद प्रतपाला आद बिरद प्रतपाला आद बिरद प्रतपाला प्रगट पए सगले जुग अंतर प्रगट पए सगले जुग अंत गुरु नानक की वड्याई गुरु नानक की वड्याई प्रगट पए सगले जुग अंतर प्रगट पए सगले जुग अंतर ਹਰ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਨਾਮ ਭੋਜਨ ਨਿਤ ਪੁੰਚੋ। ਹਰ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਨਾਮ ਭੋਜਨ ਨਿਤ ਪੁੰਚੋ। ਸਰਬ ਵਿਲਾ ਮੁਖ ਪਾਵੋ। ਸਰਬ ਵਿਲਾ ਮੁਖ ਪਾਵੋ। ਜਰਾ ਮਰਾ ਤਾਪ ਸਭ ਨਾਠਾ। ਜਰਾ ਮਰਾ ਤਾਪ ਸਭ ਨਾਠਾ। ਗੁਣ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਨਿਤ ਗਾਵੋ। ਗੁਣ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਨਿਤ ਗਾਵੋ। ਗੁਣ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਨਿਤ ਗਾਵੋ। ਗੁਣ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਨਿਤ ਗਾਵੋ। ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਪਏ ਸਗਲੇ ਜੁਗ ਅੰਤਰ। ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਪਏ ਸਗਲੇ ਜੁਗ ਅੰਤ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਕੀ ਵਡਿਆਈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਕੀ ਵਡਿਆਈ। ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਪਏ ਸਗਲੇ ਜੁਗ ਅੰਤਰ। ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਪਏ ਸਗਲੇ ਜੁਗ ਅੰਤਰ। ਸੁਣੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਸੁਆਮੀ ਮੇਰੇ। ਸੁਣੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਸੁਆਮੀ ਮੇਰੇ। ਸਰਬ ਕਲਾ ਬਣ ਆਈ। ਸਰਬ ਕਲਾ ਬਣ ਆਈ। ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਪਈ ਸਗਲੇ ਜੁਗ ਅੰਤਰ। ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਪਈ ਸਗਲੇ ਜੁਗ ਅੰਤਰ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਕੀ ਵਡਿਆਈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਕੀ ਵਡਿਆਈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਕੀ ਵਡਿਆਈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਕੀ ਵਡਿਆਈ। ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਪਏ ਸਗਲੇ ਜੁਗ ਅੰਤਰ। ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਪਏ ਸਗਲੇ ਜੁਗ ਅੰਤ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਕੀ ਵਡਿਆਈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਕੀ ਵਡਿਆਈ। ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਪਏ ਸਗਲੇ ਜੁਗ ਅੰਤਰ। 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 ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ।
So my name is Gurpurab.
I'm Anahat.
And today we're going to be talking about one of the key values instilled in Sikhism by Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Vand Chakna. So, as mentioned before, one of the key teachings of Guru Nanak Dev Ji is now noted today as the 3 pillars of Sikhi. And this includes Naam Japna, which is remembering and focusing on the name of Vaheguru, which is God or the divine being, Kirat Karni, which is earning an honest living, and Vand Chakna, which is giving back to the community from your own wealth. And this is what we're going to be focusing on today.
So, the concept of Vand Chakna is to be benevolent and sharing our wealth with others. As Sikhs, we are taught to be wary of becoming too attached to possessions and to money. And we must be able to let go of these things to give back to society. As Vaheguru, which is God, has provided us with so much, we should do our best to use this to give back to our communities. So, Vand Chakna includes what you see listed above there, which is sharing our wealth with others, giving to charity, langar, and seva. Seva is the selfless service, which is a key part of Sikhs' lives, and daswand. Daswand is the act of giving 10% of your earnings and your time back to society to allow for a fair and more equal community.
Okay, so there's many examples throughout Gurbani where the Gurus have talked about this idea of Vand Chakna. So one of them is where Guru Arjan Dev Ji says in Gurbani, Pun dan puja parmesar har kirat tat pichare. So the merits of giving donation to charity and devotional worship come from the kirtan of the praises of the transcendent Lord. This is the true essence of wisdom. Bhai Gurdas Ji also said in his verse, the Gurus of the Sikhs inspire the Sikhs of the Gurus to serve. Serving the holy congregation, they receive the fruit of happiness. Sweeping and spreading the sitting mats, they bathe in the dust of the holy congregation. They bring unpictured, they bring unused, they use unused pitchers to fill their waters and also bring food to feed the Sangat and everyone sitting there.
So, Sacha Soda is the story of when Guru Nanak Dev Ji was a young man. He was sent by his father with 20 rupees to make a trade and make profit because he was hoping to instill a business sense in his son. On his way to the town, Guru Nanak Dev Ji came across some sadhus who had not eaten for days, and so he used this 20 rupees to make them a meal and provide them with a langar. When he returned home, his father was annoyed at his actions, but Guru Nanak Dev Ji explained to him that he had in fact done the right thing and gained the best type of profit one can gain from money. He called this an honest trade, which translates to a sacha soda.
Another example of Vand Chakna is langar. So langar is voluntary free kitchen, and it's something you will find in every gurdwara across the world. It originally started to eliminate poverty, and it upholds the principles of equality between people, regardless of their religion, their caste, their social status, and their gender. It's also there to bring about this idea of care in communities, and also expresses ethics of sharing, community, inclusiveness, and the key concept in Sikhi, which is oneness in humankind.
So, shown here above are just some examples we found of Sikh organizations working around the world to help people and truly practice this value of Vand Chakna. One of the earliest examples of this is a Sikh charity in Punjab called Pingalwara, which is a refuge for the impoverished, unwell, or the abandoned, providing the care that they need. Khalsa Aid, Nishkam, and Sikh Relief all provide much-needed aid in war-torn countries, as well as those struck by natural disasters. EcoSikh works to give back to our society by protecting our environment. Midlands Langar Seva in particular is a charity dedicated to provide langar for the homeless people in the UK, including here in Cardiff, where they work with us, our Cardiff Sikh Society in university, to provide langar every Saturday on Queen Street to the homeless. These are just a few of many, many charities and people who we should take inspiration from and aim to work alongside of. Sikhs in the UK give £125 million and 65 million volunteer hours to charity every year. We should be proud of this and continue to uphold these values as well as take it further.
It's so important for us as Sikhs to not only understand these principles that we have in Sikhi, but also to educate and be more proactive about being involved in these projects, especially in a world at the moment where there's so much inequality around the world, that we should really be doing our utmost, and it's our duty to continue Guru Nanak Dev Ji's legacy. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Where's Aman? The thing is out.
Thank you very much, Anahat Kaur and Kudrat Kaur. Now, I would like to request children from Swanji. They are doing Kirtan. Kirtan means praise of God. So, I would like to request, please come on the stage. Children from Swanji Gurdwara Sahib. Then after, get ready a lecture from Professor James Haggerty. After that, so please. We are celebrating 550th birthday of Guru Nanak Sahib Ji with the support of 4 Gurdwaras, all communities. Thank you very much for coming.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਜੋ ਸਿੱਖ ਕਾਉਂਸਲ ਆਫ ਵੇਲਜ਼, ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ, ਵੈਲਸ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ, ਹੋਰ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸਨਮੁਖ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ 550 ਸਾਲਾ ਗੁਰਪੁਰਬ ਨੂੰ ਮੁੱਖ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਸੋ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਡਿਲੀਵਰ ਕਰ ਸਕੀਏ, ਪਹੁੰਚਾ ਸਕੀਏ ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਜੀਵਨੀ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਜੋ ਸਾਡਾ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਪਾਸਟ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਨਾ ਕਰੀਏ, ਅਸੀਂ ਅਗਾਂਹ ਇਨ ਫਿਊਚਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਘਰ ਘਰ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਈਏ ਕਿ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਪਰਉਪਕਾਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੀ ਉਸ ਸੰਸਾਰ 'ਤੇ ਕੀ ਕੀਤਾ, ਜੋ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਉਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਸ 'ਤੇ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਚੱਲਣਾ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਵੈਰੀ ਮਚ ਆਲ ਆਫ ਯੂ। ਨਾਓ before invite Mr. Professor James Haggerty, I would like to say a few words about him. James Haggerty is Professor of Sanskrit and Indian Religion and head of the School of History and Religion at Cardiff University. He is the author of works on Hindi, Buddhist, Jain, and Sikh religious tradition, as well as the history of Christianity in South Asia. Please welcome on stage Professor James Haggerty. Please. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening. So it's a pleasure and an honour to be talking to you this evening. And I'm going to be speaking, as you can well imagine, on the thought and legacy of Guru Nanak Dev Ji as we gather here 550 years after his birth. I'd like to thank, first of all, the High Commission for India and the Sikh Council of Wales for supporting and organising this celebration, as well as all the members of the Sikh community, the staff of Cardiff University, and anyone else who's here that has contributed directly or who isn't here indirectly to the success of this event. Her Excellency, the High Commissioner of India to the United Kingdom, Mrs. Ruchi Ghanshyam, has only recently been in Cardiff University, where I joined her as she personally answered queries and concerns of our Indian students. I didn't think that was what the High Commissioners really did, I've got to be honest, but it was done with grace and sympathy, and I now understand it was done with a high fever, so it was impressive. And also the Honorary Consul for India in Wales, Mr. Raj Kumar Agarwal, is here. And he's known, of course, I think, to many of us. And I think it's worth reflecting, as we eat our meal this evening, that the large building that we'll be eating it in, well, when he was on the University Council, which is the highest body in Cardiff University, he helped to approve the construction of it. So we're gathered here today with an extraordinary range of dignitaries and an extraordinary range of people. And I think that that's noteworthy and something that we should bear in mind as a special event. Special because it marks a coming together of the senior representatives of very different institutions. We have cultural, political, religious and educational institutions represented here today. And represented in Wales, celebrating the founder of the Sikh tradition, whose message of peace and social equality is as important now as it was in the Punjab more than 5 centuries ago. So in 1469, Guru Nanak Dev Ji was born into a world that was riven with conflicting forces and impulses. The Lodi Sultans ruled much of India from Delhi. And over the course of Nanak Dev Ji's young life, 2 very different members of that dynasty would rule. The progressive and intellectual Sikandar Lodi, a poet and patron of the arts and sciences, and the impulsive and warlike Ibrahim Lodi, who became locked in a variety of conflicts that were intractable and difficult with both his neighbours and his subjects. Guru Nanak Dev Ji's life encompassed 2 further events that would have an extraordinary impact on South Asian history. The arrival in 1498 of the Portuguese trader and explorer Vasco da Gama. That was in Goa on India's west coast. And from 1519, the campaigns of the Central Asian king Babur, who would found the Mughal Empire, which would rule India until the mid-18th century. In fact, at least only in titular terms, it would rule until the mid-19th. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji's own native region, the Punjab, sat on a fault line of Indian history. It was in the northwest of the subcontinent, and it was buffeted by these and other forces. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji lived in a world that was caught between progressive and aggressive impulses, between global trading interests, between ambitious leaders, between competing ideologies and the desire for cultural exchange, between competition over the world's resources and a sense of the need for peace and a degree of prosperity for all. So it was nothing like today. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji's response to what he called this land of hope and fear, the Asha and Desha, was a complex blend of religion, philosophy and ethics, which was expressed in in poetry of great beauty and elegance. My time today is brief, so I'll explore Guru Nanak Dev Ji's responses to these testing times not through his poetry, but through accounts of his life. Sikh tradition preserves many of these. Some of the most important are called Janam Sakhis, which tell the life story of the great Guru. The term is a composite of Sakhi, which means a witness, a testimony, or a teaching, and even a story, and Janam, birth. Most are structured in such a way that Guru Nanak Dev Ji visits places across the world. I will discuss two episodes drawn from one beautiful 18th century Janam Sakhi, which is known from only one manuscript held in the British Library. It is known as the B40. I know it's a disappointing title, it's just its number in the British Library. But it is a beautiful, illustrated manuscript. And in my first selection, Guru Nanak Dev Ji has travelled to Mecca. The important passage in the B40 is as follows, and in it, Guru Nanak Dev Ji is referred to as Baba, a term of affection and respect. Baba lay down in the Mecca mosque and went to sleep, with his feet towards the mihrab, the niche that indicates the direction of prayer in a mosque. A mullah, the mosque attendant, appeared and cried out, "Fellow, why have you gone to sleep with your feet stretched out towards the house of God?" "My friend," answered Baba, "lay my feet in whatever direction the house of God is not to be found." When he moved Baba's feet to the east, the front of the mihrab also moved in that direction. And when he carried Baba's feet to the south, the mihrab went the same way. So here, Guru Nanak Dev Ji emphasizes the universality and omnipresence of God. And in this story, the world itself bears witness to his testimony. The cultivation of the consciousness of God is, in Sikh thought, that which allows one to change from being manmukh, literally self-facing, to being gurmukh, guru-facing or God-centered. One must leave behind egocentrism or haumai, literally the I am, and maya, the illusions of the world as we know and experience it. But for every rich philosophical content or concept in Nanak's work, for every miraculous event in the accounts of his life, there is also something enduringly practical and socially engaged. And my second tale from the B40 captures this very well. In our second story, or account, Guru Nanak Dev Ji is once again in North India. After a series of troubling events, he has witnessed the aftermath of violent conflict. Guru Nanak Dev Ji encounters the greatest political authority of the day, the Mughal Emperor Babur. And in the tale, Babur overhears Guru Nanak Dev Ji reciting a verse, which is now included in the Guru Granth Sahib, the holy book of the Sikhs. And the verse in English is, "If anyone acquires worldly prestige, parades and indulges himself, he becomes a worm in the sight of the master, regardless of how much corn he picks up. Slaying the self while yet alive, Guru Nanak obtains his merit from God." Overhearing this, Babur is impressed and asks for Guru Nanak Dev Ji to be brought to him. He requests further recitations. Guru Nanak Dev Ji recites a series of verses that further impress Babur. They're insightful. They have a sense of spiritual authority. And his final verse is one that expresses sympathy with the plight of Babur's prisoners. It includes the line, "And now that Babur's authority has been established, everyone starves." After uttering this verse, Guru Nanak Dev Ji falls into a trance. And Babur says, "Pray to God that this holy man may rise, friends." Guru Nanak Dev Ji sits up, and as he does so, a radiance blazes forth, which the B40 states is as if 1,000 suns had risen. Babur bows to Nanak and cries, "Have mercy, have mercy." Not only does Babur release the prisoners, but he recognises the power and authority of Guru Nanak Dev Ji as a religious leader. Now here again we find a tale full of miraculous details, but one with a very simple and practical message of both courage and social engagement. Even as Guru Nanak Dev Ji philosophically distances himself from worldly matters, which is like so much scattered corn to him, he shows a deep commitment to the plight of others and to the abuse of power. In the Janam Sakhis, we find Guru Nanak Dev Ji time and again speaking truth to power, always critical of empty observance, yet always sympathetic. He prizes our fingers one by one from our sense of self, and he invites us to fix our eyes on a horizon beyond, yet paradoxically also deeply within the everyday. Even as he does so, he shows a deep and nuanced understanding of the complex blend of hope and fear that characterises who we are as individuals and who we are as communities. And that will always be worth celebrating. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor James Haggerty, who told us about life of Guru Nanak Sahib Ji. Guru Pyari Sahib Singh Ji program aap ji dekh rahe ho, Sikh Council of Wales, ਸਮੂਹ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਕਮੇਟੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਨਾਲ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦਾ 550ਵਾਂ ਜਨਮ ਦਿਨ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ। ਸਿੱਖ ਚੈਨਲ ਲਾਈਵ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ, GTV ਜੋ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਰਿਕਾਰਡਿੰਗ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦਾ। ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ। I would like to request ਰਾਗੀ ਜੱਥਾ please come on the stage। ਸ਼ਬਦ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕੋਲ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦਾ। Again, I request all of you, please, while Kirtan, no clapping, and cover your head properly. This is the part of respect. We cover our head. This is the part of respect. So please cover your head all the time. One Shabad, Bhai Sahib Ji, and next, get ready, Mr. Hallett Hardward. After that, I will close. So, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ। ਬਾਬੇ ਕੀਤੀ ਸਿੱਧਾ ਗੋਸ਼ਟ, ਬਾਬੇ ਕੀਤੀ ਸਿੱਧਾ ਗੋਸ਼ਟ, ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸ਼ਾਂਤ ਸਿੱਧੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਏ, ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸ਼ਾਂਤ ਸਿੱਧੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਏ। ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ। ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ। ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ। ਜਿਨ ਮੇਲਾ ਸ਼ਿਵ ਰਾਤ ਦਾ, ਜਿਨ ਮੇਲਾ ਸ਼ਿਵ ਰਾਤ ਦਾ, ਖਟ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਆਦੇਸ਼ ਕਰਾਏ, ਖਟ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਆਦੇਸ਼ ਕਰਾਏ। ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ। ਮੇਲਿਓ ਬਾਬਾ ਉੱਠਿਆ, ਮੇਲਿਓ ਬਾਬਾ ਉੱਠਿਆ, ਮੁਲਤਾਨੇ ਦੀ ਜਾਰਤ ਜਾਏ, ਮੁਲਤਾਨੇ ਦੀ ਜਾਰਤ ਜਾਏ। ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ। ਅੱਗੋਂ ਪੀਰ ਮੁਲਤਾਨ ਦੇ, ਅੱਗੋਂ ਪੀਰ ਮੁਲਤਾਨ ਦੇ, ਦੁੱਧ ਕਟੋਰਾ ਭਰ ਲੈ ਆਏ, ਦੁੱਧ ਕਟੋਰਾ ਭਰ ਲੈ ਆਏ। ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ। ਬਾਬੇ ਕੱਢ ਕਰ ਬਗਲ ਤੇ, ਬਾਬੇ ਕੱਢ ਕਰ ਬਗਲ ਤੇ, ਚੰਬੇਲੀ ਦੁੱਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਲਾਏ, ਚੰਬੇਲੀ ਦੁੱਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਿਲਾਏ। ਜੋ ਸਾਗਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੰਗ ਸਮਾਈ, ਜੋ ਸਾਗਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੰਗ ਸਮਾਈ, ਜੋ ਸਾਗਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੰਗ ਸਮਾਈ, ਜੋ ਸਾਗਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੰਗ ਸਮਾਈ। ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਤਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Guru Nanak Sahib Ji, 550th birthday of Guru Nanak Sahib Ji. So, before I invite Mr. Aled Edward, I would like to say a few words about him. Aled Edward was ordained a minister of the Church of Wales in 1979. Aled served as parish priest and a community pastor. He was appointed Saitan, the first National Assembly liaison officer. During this time, Aled wrote many papers on Welsh devolution. Aled became Saitan chief executive. He has a strong interest in issues concerning asylum seekers and refugees, race relations, and equalities and human rights. Aled served as chair of Welsh Refugee Council, a member of the Equal Opportunities Wales Advisory Community Committee, and Wales Commissioner. On Commission for Racial Equality, he is a chair of Displaced Peoples in Action and a member of the Welsh Committee of the Equalities and Human Rights Commission. In June 2006, Aled was awarded OBE for his services in Wales. Please welcome on stage Mr. Aled Edwards. Thank you very much.
Well, High Commissioner, First Minister, Many, many thanks for this great honour to be here today. I know that I'm in the company of friends. I sometimes say that it's good to be in the company of old friends, but we are not old, we are just familiar friends, and that is good to be in your company. I enjoy in my role as the Secretary of the Interfaith Council being in contact with many of the world's great faiths. And it strikes me that Guru Nanak and the other leaders of these great faiths seem to have attracted from their very childhood a sense of being close to God, of being special, and of being different. I'm sure all of us as parents would say that our children are special. But there was something about these great leaders that set them apart, and that was unique and special. I find little stories, human touches, about these great leaders that tell us a great deal about them. In this case, an affection for a sister. Being mindful of where we are in families. And I trust today that we will rejoice in our family living, that we will look after each other and build upon those bonds. The bringing together of the Sea Council for Wales is for me an object of great rejoicing. We, in the interfaith community, regard that as a very, very special development. We are used to having the Muslim Council for Wales. The Jewish community has got its own structures. The Hindu community also has its own council. And it is a great, great joy to us that we have the Sea Council for Wales and to learn from each other in this very, very special space. 20 years ago, Mark will remember this, we started on a journey of having an assembly here in Wales. And it strikes me very often, particularly as we think of our faiths, it was almost as if our faiths wrote the Constitution of Wales in the wonderful, wonderful 1998 Government of Wales Act. May I remind you that that act was shaped by a commitment to human rights. Entirely, entirely compatible with your aspiration as a faith here today. It was also shaped by equal opportunities, both in terms of gender and race, but also for us here in Wales in terms of language. And the other requirement, again, which echoes in our great faiths, and I dearly wish that the world around us would remember this, is that we are bound to have due regard for sustainable development. It's that we have a bond with the world in which we live in. And isn't it a great joy that our faiths can come together, learn from each other, and honour our leaders. And so today we honour Guru Nanak. We honour the community that he brought into being and the faith that now informs and enriches all our lives within the interfaith community. Can I close with a request? I have a challenge for you. And I don't know whether the Sikh community will be able to do this with great ease. Because all our faiths, and sometimes our preachers can go on for far too long. Christian ones can. I have a lovely story that I heard from our Muslim friend, Salim Kidwai, the other night. He remembered when 3 representatives of 3 faiths sat down together. And they asked each other, if you had to describe your faith in one word, what would that be? I'm going to give you time to think of that. If you had to describe your faith, I'll come back to it in a minute. I will get back to it, I promise. But just to give you a tease here, what the Jewish friend Alan Schwartz, who's no longer with us, some of you will remember him, and remember him with fondness, said for the Jewish community, it was justice. It was justice. Salim, the Muslim friend, said that it was peace. That it was peace. And my Christian friend, my former colleague, Gethin Abraham Williams, said it was, for the Christians, love. So may I come to you, my worthy friend, and ask you, what word would you give us?
With due respect, it would be ekonkar.
And explain what that means.
That means one God.
One God. One God. Very good. Tolerance. Wow. I started something, haven't I? But I will reflect on all those things that you've said and learn from them. But we come from many diversities, many differences. But we do celebrate today our oneness. And no matter what the world around tries to do to us, in separating us, in othering us, we will be one. And I can promise you finally, and I'm sure it's within the tradition of Guru Nanak, that what anybody does to any of our faith communities in Wales, the others will stand by you and stand with you. Whatever harm is done to the Christian faith, to the Hindu faith, to the Muslim faith, I know that you will be there standing alongside of us. And we will stand by you. Thank you, friends. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alan Adworth. You are such a great man and doing such great job. So thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Guru Nanak Sahib Ji traveled a distance of 35,000 miles during his lifetime. And during these travel, he made the religion and political leaders aware of their responsibility and duties. Guru Nanak Sahib, I explain in Punjabi, Guru Nanak Sahib ने अपने जीवन काल दे विच 35,000 मील का सफ़र किया और घट वध भी हो सकता है. एक मुस्लिम लिखारी ये गल लिखता है और गुरु साहब जी ने धार्मिक नेता, राजनीतिक नेता, पोलीटिकल लीडर उन्हां सारिਆਂ ਨੂੰ उन्हां ਦੀਆਂ ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਵਾਰੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਅਹਿਸਾਸ ਕਰਾਇਆ. ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਬੈਠੇ ਹਾਂ ਐਨੀ ਰਿਲੀਜਨ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖਿਜ਼ਮ ਇਕੁਐਲਿਟੀ ਹਿਊਮੈਨਿਟੀ ਐਂਡ ਵਨ ਗਾਡ 'ਤੇ ਬਿਲੀਵ ਕਰਦਾ ਔਰ ਇਹ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਪਰਸਨੈਲਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਵਿਗਾੜ ਕੇ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਪਰ ਸਿੱਖ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਉਹ ਬੜਾ ਦਰਿਆ ਦਿਲ ਹੈ. ਉਹ ਆਪਣਾ ਆਪ ਸੈਕਰੀਫਾਈਸ ਕਰ ਦੇਗਾ ਪਰ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਵਿਗਾੜੇਗਾ. ਮੈਂ ਫਿਰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਜ਼ਰੀਏ ਵੀ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਪਰਸਨੈਲਿਟੀ ਨਾ ਵਿਗਾੜੀ ਜਾਵੇ. ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਇੱਕ ਮਹਾਨ ਕੰਮ ਹੈ. ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਲਈ ਨਹੀਂ, ਸਾਡੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਕਿਹਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. what to do, what not to do, our Guru advise us, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੋ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ. ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਲਾਈਵ ਸੁਣ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਯੂਰਪ ਕੰਟਰੀ, all over 160 countries they are watching Sikh channel and after that GTV as recording as well. ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਸਿੱਖੋ ਆਪਣੀ ਪਰਸਨੈਲਿਟੀ, ਆਪਣੀ ਸ਼ਖਸੀਅਤ, ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀਜ਼ ਨੇ, ਸਾਡੇ ਗੁਣ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਕਰੋ. ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ. ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਹੀ, ਸ਼ਖਸੀਅਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਹੀ, ਚੰਗੇ ਗੁਣਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਹੀ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ. ਸੋ ਇਹ ਥੈਂਕਸ ਵੈਰੀ ਮਚ ਐਲਨ ਐਡਵਰਡਸ. very good, very good. Thank you very much. Now, I would like to request Miss Jasmeet Kaur, please come on the stage. She is doing lecture Jasmeet Kaur, please come on the stage. She is studying in school. Then after lecture, Dr. Damien. After that, I will request. Please come in.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Thanks for inviting me to this event to mark the 550th birthday anniversary celebrations of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, founder of Sikhism. My name is Jasmeet Kaur and I am a student of religious school in Sikh Gurdwara Cardiff. In the next 10 minutes, I will share ideas with you about one thing, though my dad thinks I do the least. Listen to him or mum. You may already know this, but let me clarify the difference between hearing and listening. There is no doubt that anyone who has functional ears or who is not deaf can hear. However, to listen requires a lot of effort. Even a duck can hear, according to Igor Stravinsky, a Russian composer. I will let you all read a few more quotes about importance of listening on the slides. It's an important distinction, as listening is more than just letting the sound waves hit your eardrums. Hearing what someone has said does not mean that we always listen. Almost everyone believes that he or she listens effectively. Consequently, very few people think that they need to develop their listening skills. But listening effectively is something very few of us do. It's not because listening effectively is so difficult. Most of us just never develop the habits that would make us effective listeners. Guru Nanak Dev Ji composed Japji, a prayer at the beginning of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and I am going to talk about the meaning of the 4 stanzas, number 8 to 11 of Japji Sahib, which are devoted to Sunya, which literally means by listening, which a seeker must follow in order to reach the goal, expressed as Sada Vigas by Guru Nanak, a state of everlasting bliss. Guru Nanak emphasizes the importance of listening to gain knowledge of our inner nature. The thing to remember is that Guru Nanak is calling for a major change, not business as usual. The trouble is we hear what we want to hear. Nothing gets past our conditioned thinking. Even when we hear Guru Nanak, we translate what we hear through our existing filters and interpret what we hear to suit or reinforce our habitual way of thinking. I'm going to read one body today, translation of which will appear on the slides. Suniye Sid Pir Surnath. Suniye Tarat Taval Akas. Suniye Deep Lo Patal. Suniye Pau Na Sakke Kal. Nanak Bhagta Sada Vigas. Suniye Deep Lo Patal. Suniye Dukh Paap Ka Nas. These seem to be very strong statements as you have read. He's basically saying that through the sense of listening, one can become a realized being and one can live in everlasting bliss where there are no sins or sorrows. It may even seem an exaggeration that everything can be attained merely by listening. We have been listening for years and nothing has happened. It is our experience that no matter how much we hear, we remain the same. I would like to share a short story about Guru Nanak on this subject. Once, a seeker of truth came to Guru Nanak and said, I have heard that you can turn me into ashes by your will, and that you can also create me by your will. I cannot believe this. He was an honest, genuine seeker who would not come out of pointless curiosity. Guru Nanak said, close your eyes, be relaxed and quiet, and I will do for you what you wish. The seeker at once closed his eyes and became tranquil. If he had not been a serious seeker, he would have been frightened, because what he asked for was very dangerous, to be turned into ashes and be remade. Guru Nanak's disciples, Bala and Mardana, were also with him. They were very much nervous, because Guru Nanak has never said such a thing to anyone before. What would happen now? They too became alert because Guru Nanak was about to perform a miracle. The seeker sat, silent and tranquil. He must have been a man of great faith. He became absolutely empty within. Guru Nanak put his hand on the seeker's head and pronounced the Onkar. As the story goes, the seeker turned to ashes. Then, Guru Nanak again sounded the Onkar, and the seeker regained his body. If we take the story at its face value, we will miss it. But this did happen within the seeker. When the seeker became completely empty within, when the internal dialogue was broken, and Guru Nanak gave out the chant of the Onkar, the seeker attained the state of true bliss. There was nothing the resonance of Onkar within the seeker. With this resonance, the annihilation took place on its own. Everything within the seeker was lost. All the world and its boundaries turned to naught, to ashes. There was nothing within, nobody. The house was empty. Then Guru Nanak once again chanted the Onkar, and the seeker came back to himself. He opened his eyes, fell at Guru Nanak's feet, and said, "I had thought this could never happen, but you have proved it possible." There are those of us who might miss the point and believe that the man actually turned to ashes, and Guru Nanak brought him back to life. But this is a simplistic interpretation. Internally, however, the annihilation and creation did take place. The seeker was capable of listening. When we develop the art of listening, then we become skillful at hearing the breeze as it passes through the trees. In the silence of solitude, we will hear the Onkar, the basis of life. In the resonance of Onkar, we shall find that everything depends on the one, Ek Onkar. By listening, we are all part of the unending whole. In summary, although listening is self-evident to most of us, Guru Nanak's repeated emphasis, almost a tenth of the Japji, compel the obvious questions. Are we not listening already? Or is there another kind of listening that the Guru wants us to develop? Ordinary hearing is often confused with attentive listening, especially the kind that Guru Nanak is teaching. Ordinary hearing is passive, inattentive, and hidden by our inner mental chatter, filtering out most of what is heard. We hear what is agreeable, and that only serves to reinforce our habitual patterns. Attentive listening, on the other hand, is a dynamic process, requiring a quiet and open mind. Listening, for Guru Nanak, is the foundation for spiritual formation and growth, leading ultimately to oneness with the divine. This becomes one's journey as well as the goal. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Jasmeet Kaur, for telling story of Guru Nanak Sahib. I would like to introduce her father. Sitting by me, Dr. Simranveer Singh, and her mom is also working in NHS. Thanks for, I appreciate who giving her good values. Thank you very much. Satsang ji program Sikh Council of Wales, Indian community, Welsh community, all VIPs ji, ਸਾਰੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰੈਜ਼ੈਂਟ ਹਨ, ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦਾ 550 ਸਾਲਾ ਗੁਰਪੁਰਬ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਨਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦਾ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਦੂਸਰਿਆਂ ਤੱਕ ਪਹੁੰਚਾ ਸਕੀਏ। ਜਿੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਸਮਝਣਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਦੂਸਰਿਆਂ ਤੱਕ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਉਣਾ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਆਈ ਵੁੱਡ ਲਾਈਕ ਟੂ ਰਿਕੁਐਸਟ Dr. Damien. Before invite him on the stage, I would like to say a few words about him. Professor Damien Woodford Davis is Co-Vice Chancellor for the College of Arts, Humanities and Social Sciences. He is a professor of English literature as well as a published poet and writer. He writes about religion and faith both academically and creatively. He has special responsibility for religion on the University Executive Board. Please welcome on stage Professor Damien Woodford Davis. So, ਸਾਧ ਜੀ ਇੱਕ ਇਹ ਛੋਟਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਇੱਕ ਸਾਡਾ ਉਪਰਾਲਾ ਹੈ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੌਂਸਲ ਆਫ ਵੇਲਜ਼ ਦਾ ਕਿ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਸਿੱਖਿਜ਼ਮ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੂਸਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਸਕੀਏ ਕਿ what is Sikhi. So, Professor Damien Wofford, welcome you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Croeso Cynesiawni chi gyd. What I have to say today is very brief, but it's with a particular emphasis. I want to welcome you on behalf of Cardiff University. James has done so as well, but I'd like to re-emphasise that warm welcome on behalf of the academic institution in which we are gathered here today. Your hosts today, according to another emphasis that I want to articulate, which is that group invitation alongside the Indian High Commission, the Sikh Council for Wales, for this special Gurpurab marking the birth of Guru Nanak. As you've just heard, my name's Damien Wofford-Davies. I'm Pro-Vice-Chancellor of Cardiff University, and I have the pleasure and the honour and the interest and the active and creative role of representing the interests and the traditions and the cultures of religious and faith groups on the University Executive Board. Now, a lot of what we discuss on the University Executive Board is, shall we say, dry. So that role is one, that's a gig that I really, really wanted, and I really, really enjoy it. I've lectured so often from this podium and given goodness knows how many lectures from behind this podium, but this place has never looked so beautiful and so colourful, and I don't think I've ever given any kind of address with a backdrop of roses and chrysanthemums. Can I keep this, please? I'll give every lecture in future and every poetry reading with that behind me. We're delighted to have the First Minister of Wales, Mark Drakeford, here tonight with us as well, and I'd like to record my personal thanks to James for bringing us here together. My emphasis is this: we come together as, and this has been an emphasis throughout all the talks today, we come here today as co-dependent families. Those of the local community, the South Wales Gurdwaras, the university, which is where my emphasis sits today, and the cultural and the diplomatic networks that bind peoples and cultures together across greater distances than the local, with the aim of doing two things, I guess: emphasizing mutual relations between us, while celebrating also the distinctiveness and the positive differences between our multiple identities. And that's not a paradox. And that's something that I try to do when I represent you and others on the University Executive Board. That diversity and that unity together is no paradox. So this is my first Gurpurab, and I hope it won't be my last. And thank you for enabling, and this is my final emphasis, the kind of celebration that is also extended to families. And I'm joined here tonight by my daughter Kristin, who is currently studying Sikhism in year 8 and jumped at the chance of coming here when I said that I had to do this and would enjoy it as part of my official duties. So thank you very much for that. She appreciates it. I appreciate it very much. Diolch o galon. Tohada Danavada. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Damien Wofford-Davies, Pro-Vice-Chancellor. Thank you very much. Now I would like to request children from Copper Street Gurdwara. We are celebrating Guru Nanak Sahib's birthday, 550th, with support of all communities and 4 Gurdwaras, committees, all of you. The children from Copper Street Gurdwara, they are doing lecture. Joga Singh, Greeb, Prabhjot Kaur, and Karan Singh. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Karan Singh. Today we are here to be celebrating the 550th birthday of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. I'll be telling you about how Guru Nanak Dev Ji was raised from being a baby to be one with God, and as known the first Guru. Guru Nanak was born and raised in Nankana Sahib in Punjab. in Pakistan near Lahore. Guru Nanak's birth date was 15th of April 1469. His father, Mehta Kalu, and mother, Mata Tripta, belonged to the merchant caste. Guru Nanak's ideas draw on both Hindu and Islamic thoughts, but are also unique in their own right. Born into a Hindu family in the 15th century in India, he started displaying signs of greatness early on in his childhood. Even as a boy, he used to spend long hours in meditation and was deeply spiritual. He questioned the meaningless rituals his family performed in the name of religion and refused to participate in them. His radical spirituality shocked his parents, and they tried to involve him in worldly matters. The kind-hearted young boy distributed his father's money to the poor and needed, thus greatly angering his pragmatic father, who hoped that his son would one day become a businessman. Even an arranged marriage at an early age did not prevent Nanak from venturing further on the spiritual path. Eventually, he went to found Sikhism, a spiritual religion that advocates the concept of identity of God. He travelled far and wide, mostly on foot, spreading the message of God, who dwells in all living beings. From a young age, he started displaying his brilliance. He became interested in spirituality and divine subjects when he was just 5. He became friends with a Muslim minstrel named Mardana, with whom he used to pray and meditate. One morning, he went out to bathe in the Kali Bean, or Black River, with Mardana. He walked into the river and disappeared beneath the water. There was no sign, no trace, and everyone believed that he had drowned in the river, along with Mardana. He travelled far and wide, spreading the holy message of peace and compassion to all mankind. Even though there is no exact account of his travels, he is believed to have made at least 4 major journeys, spanning more than 28,000 kilometers during the period of 1500 to 1524. He returned home after his long journeys and settled in Kartarpur, where he continued his ministry till the very end. Towards the end of his life, he appointed his disciple to Bhai Lena as his successor. Lena was then renamed Arjan and designated as Guru Arjan Dev Ji, second Sikh Guru after Guru Nanak's death. Guru Nanak founded Sikhism, which is now the 5th largest organized religion in the world, with approximately 30 million adherents. He has also established a system of langar, or communal kitchen, in order to demonstrate the need to share and have equally among all people. Guru Nanak's wife was Mata Salakani, and he had also had 2 children of the name of Sitchand and Lakshmi Das. He had died on 22nd of September 1539 in Kartarpur at the age of 70. Thank you for listening. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Prabjot Kaul, and today I'm talking about Guru Nanak Dev Ji's teachings. Submission to will of God, meaning Vaheguru. Guru Nanak Dev Ji gave the message of Hukam Rachaya Chalana Nanak Lakhiya Nal. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says that everything happens by God's grace, so rest assured that God knows better what is right or wrong for us. We should therefore accept his decision without any grudge or question. There is one God. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, I am neither Hindu nor Muslim, I am follower of God, which actually spoke about his belief in one God in Sikhism. The God is omnipresent, shapeless, timeless, and sightless. Niranka Aka Alak. Sikhism stressed that before creation there was God, and because of his will, Hukam, the creation, the illusion Maya of attachment and attachment came into being. The God in Sikhism is not male or female and can only be seen through inward eye. Guru Nanak Dev Ji explained one thing clearly, that there is only one who gives to everyone and we should not forget to him. The Guru stressed that the full knowledge of God is impossible in human form. Sarvatapala, meaning goodwill for all. Guru Nanak Dev Ji passed the message of universal brotherhood. He said that religion is not mere consistence of word, but actually looks all men and women equally. He said that universal brotherhood is a strong theme in Gurbani, written by Guru Nanak Dev Ji in our prayer. We say this line towards the end of Daily Ardas, Nanak Naam Charti Kala Tere Bane Sarbat Tapala, which can be translated as Nanak Asvanam, meaning name of God, with which comes well-being, happiness and positive spirit. And with your blessing, Lord, may everyone in the world prosper and be in peace, or can be broken down as Nanak with Naam comes Charti Kala. With your blessing, may there be peace for all. We request him for the welfare of our whole humanity and not just for our community or our family alone. Such sanasi, such ki bela, meaning to speak the truth. Guru Nanak Dev Ji told in front of King Babur, you are not Babur but Jabbar. We should always speak the truth without any fear. According to the Guru's doctrine, the victory of truth is not dependent on ending or suppressing falsehood, but in standing firmly by truth. That is why Guru Nanak Dev Ji exhorts us to stick the truth and to remain on the side of truth when it is necessary. It's very essential. Sach ki bani nadaka, sach sanasi, sach ki bera. Meaning, I have related to the true world of the true Lord as per his will. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. My name is Joga Singh Garib, and I'll also be sharing Guru Nanak Dev Ji's teachings. Seva and Simran. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says that no one can save anybody else. It is only Guru who guides us to safety and to be saved. One have to follow the right path of Seva and Simran told by him. Further, the Guru is not to be found in big palaces. He lives with the poor. Let us love the poor. God will bless us. If we recite Gurbani with love, we will find Guru is speaking to us. We have been reminded of his observations many times in our life. When we make both ends meet, we are usually sincerely devoted to Gurbani and the Sikh way of life. When we have access to money to spend on worldly pleasures, we follow vices and ignore the real mission of human life. Dharam is usually the first casualty when we become rich. About Seva, Gurbani explains, in the midst of this world, do Seva and you shall be given a place of honour in the court of the Lord. The three principles, Vanchako, meaning sharing with others, helping those with less who are in need. Kirkara, meaning earning, making living honesty without exploitation or fraud. Nam Japna, meaning chanting the holy name and thus remembering God at all times. Shun five evils. Guru Nanak Dev Ji asked his followers to shun five evils, which leads to illusion. Maya, which eventually acts as a roadblock towards attainment of salvation. The five evils are ego, anger, greed, and lust. Importance of Guru. Guru Nanak Dev Ji laid great emphasis on having the importance of Guru in one's life. He put forward the thought of salvation occurs not from pilgrimage or rites, etc., but through heart, spirit, and soul. For this to happen, continuous seeking of knowledge must take place, which is dependent on one's Guru. Guru, according to him, is the voice of God, the true source of knowledge and salvation. No discrimination. Guru Nanak Dev Ji was strongly against all artificially created divisions and all discriminations, both in word and deed. He said, the caste of a person is based on what he does. His idea of a caste-free society transpired also in his concepts of Sangat and Pangat, against rituals and superstitions. Guru Nanak Dev Ji preached against superstitions, false rituals, worship of demigod and goddesses. He stressed that only one God, the formless, is to be glorified in this way. He showed the path of truth and enlightenment. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Thank you very much, children from Copper Street, Gurdwara Sahib, Joga Singh Garib, Prabjot Kaur, Karan Singh. Satsang ji, aap Sikh Council of Wales, ਸਮੂਹ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ। ਮੋਸਟਲੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗੈਸਟ ਨੇ VIP ਜੀ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਦੇ ਕਾਂਟ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ ਆਵਰ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਸੋ ਇਸ ਲਈ ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਖਿਮਾ ਦੇ ਜਾਚਕ ਹਾਂ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੋ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਰ I told you before 106 countries they are watching Sikh channel live program. GTV ਉਹ ਵੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਰਿਕਾਰਡ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਬਾਅਦ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਟੈਲੀਵਿਜ਼ਨ 'ਤੇ ਲਗਾਉਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਸੋ I would like to request the participant as well, please speak loudly. ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮਾਈਕ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਕਮਜ਼ੋਰ ਆ, ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ speak loudly, people can listen it. ਸੋ ਇਹ ਮੈਂ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ ਕਿ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ੋਰ ਲਾਉਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਦੂਜਿਆਂ ਤੱਕ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਸਕੇ। ਸੋ I would like to request ਰਾਗੀ ਜੱਥਾ ਭਾਈ ਸਰਬਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ, please come on the stage. We are very close, ਬਹੁਤ ਸਮਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਜਲਦੀ ਹੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ ਵੱਲ ਵਧਣਾ। After that, First Minister, Mr. Mark Drakeford. After that, I will request him. Now, we are listening ਸ਼ਬਦ from ਭਾਈ ਸਰਬਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਾਥੀ ਭਾਈ ਜਤਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ, ਭਾਈ ਜਰਨੈਲ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਐਂਡ ਭਾਈ ਸੁਖਵਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਨਾਹੀ ਕੋ ਦੇਵ ਗੁਰ ਜੈਸਾ, ਨਾਹੀ ਕੋ ਦੇਵ ਜਿਸ ਮਸਤਕ ਪਾਗ ਸੋ ਲਾਗਾ ਸੇਵ ਗੁਰ ਜੈਸਾ। ਗੁਰ ਜੈਸਾ ਨਾਹੀ ਕੋ ਦੇਵ ਜਿਸ ਮਸਤਕ ਪਾਗ ਸੋ ਲਾਗਾ ਸੇਵ ਗੁਰ ਜੈਸਾ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਬੇਮੋਹਤਾਜ, ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਬੇਮੋਹਤਾਜ, ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਸੱਚਾ ਸਾਜ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਬਸ ਕਾ ਦਾਤਾ, ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਬਸ ਕਾ ਦਾਤਾ, ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਵਿਧਾਤਾ, ਗੁਰ ਜੈਸਾ ਨਾਹੀ ਕੋ ਦੇਵ ਗੁਰ ਜੈਸਾ, ਨਾਹੀ ਕੋ ਦੇਵ ਜਿਸ ਮਸਤਕ ਪਾਗ ਸੋ ਲਾਗਾ ਸੇਵ ਗੁਰ ਜੈਸਾ, ਨਾਹੀ ਕੋ ਦੇਵ ਜਿਸ ਮਸਤਕ ਪਾਗ ਸੋ ਲਾਗਾ ਸੇਵ ਗੁਰ ਜੈਸਾ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਰਬ ਪ੍ਰਤਪਾਲਾ, ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ, ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ, ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਰਬ ਪ੍ਰਤਪਾਲੇ, ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਮਾਰ ਜਿਵਾਲੇ ਮਾਰ ਜਿਵਾਲੇ ਜਿਵਾਲੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਰਬ ਪ੍ਰਤਪਾਲਾ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਮਾਰ ਜਿਵਾਲੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੀ ਵਡਿਆਈ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੀ ਵਡਿਆਈ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਪਈ ਹੈ ਸਭਨੀ ਥਾਈ ਗੁਰ ਜੈਸਾ ਨਾਹੀ ਕੋ ਦੇਵ ਗੁਰ ਜੈਸਾ ਨਾਹੀ ਕੋ ਦੇਵ ਜਿਸ ਮਸਤਕ ਪਾਗ ਸੋ ਲਾਗਾ ਸੇਵ ਗੁਰ ਜੈਸਾ ਨਾਹੀ ਕੋ ਦੇਵ ਜਿਸ ਮਸਤਕ ਪਾਗ ਸੋ ਲਾਗਾ ਸੇਵ ਗੁਰ ਜੈਸਾ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਤਾਣ ਨਿਤਾਣ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਤਾਣ ਨਿਤਾਣ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਕਰ ਦੀ ਬਾਣ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਕਰ ਦੀ ਬਾਣ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਕੈ ਹੋ ਸਦ ਬਲ ਜਾਇਆ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਕੈ ਹੋ ਸਦ ਬਲ ਜਾਇਆ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਮਾਰਗ ਜਿਨ ਕਰ ਦਿਖਲਾਇਆ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਮਾਰਗ ਜਿਨ ਕਰ ਦਿਖਲਾਇਆ ਗੁਰ ਜੈਸਾ ਨਾਹੀ ਕੋ ਦੇਵ ਗੁਰ ਜੈਸਾ ਨਾਹੀ ਕੋ ਦੇਵ ਜਿਸ ਮਸਤਕ ਪਾਗ ਸੋ ਲਾਗਾ ਸੇਵ ਗੁਰ ਜੈਸਾ ਨਾਹੀ ਕੋ ਦੇਵ ਜਿਸ ਮਸਤਕ ਪਾਗ ਸੋ ਲਾਗਾ ਸੇਵ ਗੁਰ ਜੈਸਾ ਜਿਨ ਗੁਰ ਸੇਵਿਆ ਤਿਸ ਪਉ ਨ ਬਿਆਪੈ ਜਿਨ ਗੁਰ ਸੇਵਿਆ ਤਿਸ ਪਉ ਨ ਬਿਆਪੈ ਜਿਨ ਗੁਰ ਸੇਵਿਆ ਤਿਸ ਦੁਖ ਨ ਸੰਤਾਪੈ ਜਿਨ ਗੁਰ ਸੇਵਿਆ ਤਿਸ ਦੁਖ ਨ ਸੰਤਾਪੈ नानक सो दे सिमरत बेद नानक सो दे सिमरत बेद पार ब्रह्म गुर नाही भेद पार ब्रह्म गुर नाही भेद गुर जैसा नाही को देव गुर जैसा नाही को देव जिस मस्तक पाग सो लागा सेव गुर जैसा नाही को देव गुर जैसा नाही को देव जिस मस्तक पाग सो लागा सेव गुर जैसा नहीं को देव जिस मस्तक पाग सो लागा सेव गुर जैसा
बेनती है जी नो I would like to request Mr. Mark Drakeford. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage our First Minister, Mr. Mark Drakeford. Thank you very much.
Wel, anwyl gyfeillion, diolch yn fawr am y wahoddiad I fod yma heno. Thank you very much indeed for the invitation to be here this evening and to mark this fantastic celebration of the birthday of that great founding figure in the Sikh religion. It's great to look around the room and to see so many people here and so many faces and figures from the Sikh community and other communities in Cardiff. Can I begin by thanking the High Commissioner for being here? These are very important days in that great democracy that is India, the greatest democracy on the face of the globe. And we are really grateful that you have found the time again to come to Wales, to help us, along with our honorary consul, to strengthen those bonds of economy, society, and of culture that exist between Wales and India. Great as well to be able to mark the foundation of the Sikh Council for Wales, a really important step in the history of the Sikh community in Wales. We look forward very much as a Welsh Government to being able to work with you, to mark, to strengthen, to celebrate the contribution that the Sikh community make every single day here in Wales. Some of you will have heard me say before that when I first came to Cardiff, 40 years ago exactly this year, and as a young man started to take an interest in what was going on in the community of Riverside here in Cardiff, where I lived then and still live now, then very early on I was introduced to a very important figure in the Sikh community of that time, Menga Singh, a great figure in the Riverside community. I learned a great deal from him about the history of that community, and I learned some things from him too about the nature of the Sikh faith. In those days, it was not unusual still to meet people who had come as part of the first families that came to settle in that part of Wales as part of the Sikh faith, people who come in the 1960s and even the 1950s. Today, 40 years later, of course, those founding members of our Cardiff Sikh community are much older. There are fewer of them, and those who are still with us are often very frail. But if you go to the Sikh temple in Riverside, as I have been lucky enough to do on many occasions, not only is the temple an enormous tribute to the local community because of the beautiful building that it now is, but it is a much bigger tribute to the tenets and to the culture of the Sikh community here in Cardiff. And one of the things that the temple does is to invite young people from all around Cardiff to come to the temple and to hear directly from some of those original members of the Sikh community here in Cardiff, tracing the history of their presence here in Cardiff, offering those young people an insight into the Sikh faith. And when the Reverend Aled Edwards asked people to sum up the central message of the Sikh religion, I heard people shout out tolerance, I heard people shout out equality, and when you hear that, then you know there is no mystery as to why the Sikh community has found such a receptive place here in Wales, because tolerance and equality are at the very heart of what Welsh history has been about as well. So on behalf of the Welsh Government, we welcome you here again this evening, a central part of that great multicultural nation that is Wales. A place where we celebrate and strengthen difference, because difference is a matter of celebration. We are all stronger because of the diversity of the community in which we live, and then we look for those central messages which are common to us all, which are common to the whole of humanity. That knowledge that the things that unite us are always greater than the things that divide us. That, I believe, is central to the Sikh faith and to the lived experience of the Sikh community here in Wales. And on behalf of the Welsh Government, I want to celebrate that with you all again this evening. Diolch yn fawr. Thank you all very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Mark Drakeford, First Minister of Wales. Thanks for honor to Sikh religion. Thank you very much. So now we are very close now. I would like to request Mr. Raj Agarwal, OBE, बहुत support ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਾਫੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ Honorary Consul General of India, Mr. Raj Agarwal, OBE, please come on the stage and say a few words of people are attending function and about Sikh Council of Wales. Please come on the stage. Mr. Raj Agarwal, OBE. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gurvinder ji. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਬੜੀ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਅੱਜ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਈਡ ਕੀਤਾ ਬੜੀ ਅੱਛੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬੜਾ ਬੜਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਅੱਜ ਬੜਾ ਹੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦਾ ਦਿਨ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਜੀ ਦੀ 550th ਗੁਰਪੁਰਬ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੈ ਕਾਰਡਿਫ 'ਚ ਕੈਪੀਟਲ ਆਫ ਵੇਲਸ थोड़े सारे दा आन दा बड़ा बड़ा धन्यवाद ते सारे बहुत बहुत मुबारक होए अज दे दिन वास्ते बड़ा शुक्रिया है कि आप सारे आए अज तुसी मेरा ख्याल है इंजॉय किता सारा कुछ जो भी आज होया. Right Honourable First Minister, High Commissioner, His Excellency, Vice Lord Lieutenant, Right Honourable Lord Mayor, Vice Chancellor Damien Walford-Jones, Baroness Jenny Renderson, Chancellor, Cardiff University, a very good friend of mine, and all of you, our honoured and distinguished guests. It's really nice to see you all here today, celebrate this very auspicious day. It is a special day for all of us. Thank you for sparing your valuable time to be with us today. You will agree that all the participants, all the performers today have been absolutely exceptional, amazing. The children, everybody feels so proud of what they've done today. From all the 4 Gurdwaras, amazing. I think they all deserve a big clap. Their contribution, their affection, their dedication is huge. You could see the smiles on their faces. The presence of so many guests from all sectors today, business leaders, community leaders, captains of industry, senior representative of armed forces, Navy, Air Force, and police are so welcome here today. And also the local councillors. We have a huge number of local councillors here present today. I'm so grateful for each one of you to have found time to be with us today on a Sunday afternoon. My special tribute goes to Her Excellency, the High Commissioner of India, Ambassador Ghanshyam, who is accompanying the High Commissioner, and the top team from the High Commission. We have Minister Samir Kumar Jaha and Councillor D.P. Singh. Your support and collaboration in this event happening today is greatly appreciated. The top team to be here in Cardiff today is quite unique. They don't always travel together, so I'm so proud that we have the top team in Cardiff today. During Her Excellency's recent visit to Cardiff, she discussed celebrating this 550th anniversary of Guru Nanak Ji. And look, High Commissioner, you made it happen. Thank you so much. It is, as the High Commissioner mentioned, it's a very joyous occasion. It will be celebrated with great pride and joy all over the globe. I think the Minister of External Affairs, Sushma Swaraj, announced that all the missions and all the embassies all over the globe, all over the world, will be celebrating this event this year. And I'm so pleased that my mission in Cardiff is the first one to be celebrating this event. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to celebrate it in Cardiff. My special thanks go to the President of the Sikh Council of Wales, Gurmeet Randhawa, and his team, and the 4 Gurdwaras in Wales. Each one has contributed so much to make this event so successful. I've just been told that we need another celebration. It is Gurmeet's birthday today as well. Happy birthday, Gurmeet ji. James Haggerty and his team from Cardiff University, including Damien Walford-Davis and Manjeet Bansal. I've worked so hard to ensure everybody's needs are met. James is an exceptional person. He's just got this can-do attitude. It's all yes. Whatever we've asked for him, he's done without any hesitation at all. Thank you so much, James, for putting so much time, effort, and energy to make this event so successful. obviously, it's a huge pleasure that we have the Chancellor of Cardiff University. Cardiff University, as you know, is a Russell Group university, and a good friend of mine, Baroness Jenny Rendison, is with us today. Thank you. I know what a busy schedule you've had today, and to have found time to be with us today. We appreciate it very, very much. First Minister, distinguished guests, as you mentioned, the Indian diaspora are very, very happily settled in Wales. And, you know, they make Wales their home. They contribute so much. They're rising up the ladder. They are now occupying some of the top positions in every field in Wales and in UK. So I'm very, very proud of them. But, you know, what you said in your few words, the appreciation you have for them is tremendous. They're all very hardworking, very loyal, law-abiding, and contribute a lot to Wales and India. I'm confident that today's celebration will strengthen our relations and respect for each other. I'm also very grateful to all the volunteers and everybody else who's contributed so much to making today so successful. But most of all, I want to thank you all for coming today and joining us in these celebrations. You are the ones who've made it. And it was such a short notice, and for all of you to come today is so, so good for me and for all of us. I wish you all every happiness, and all I can leave you is with the blessings of Guru Nanak Ji, of peace, love, prosperity, and affection. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Raj Agrawal ji. So, program बिल्कुल हुण समाप्ति दे नेड़े है जी. बहुत सोहना एक्सप्लेन किया राज अग्रवाल जी ने. So, thanks for all Gurdwaras, our community. Thank you very much. I would like to request ji हुण certificates to children who performed on stage. जिन्हों ने किया and I would like to request Mr. Gurmeet Singh Randhawa and Ruchi Ghansam, High Commission of India, please come on the stage and give the certificate of children who performed on stage. And Sikh Council of Wales ਦੇ जिन्ने भी डायरैक्टर ने ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਹੀ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ. ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਥੈਂਕਸ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਨਾਲ, ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਨ ਦੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਨਾਲ ਹੋਇਆ.
नाम